Should Minnesota join Canada? This is a bizarre interview featuring former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura and Rosemary Barton of CBC. I'll play the first bit of the interview. Here we go.
As anger grows over the Trump administration's deployment of ICE agents in Minnesota, the state's former governor, Jesse Ventura, is proposing a solution of his own.
How about since Trump dislikes Minnesota so bad and we're so out of control, let's join Canada.
Ventura made those comments on an episode.
We'll get to that. There's no way that would be advantageous for Minnesotans. We'll get to that.
Of a Minnesota-based podcast in January amidst the massive anti-ICE protests and calls for the agents to leave the state. ICE, as you may remember, shot and killed two people, Rene Good and Alex Preddy, in Minneapolis. That happened at the end of last month. So how serious is the former governor about the state joining Canada? Governor Jesse Ventura joins me live this morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here, Rosemary.
No wonder Trump trolls Canada. The Canadian media is just a non-stop barrage of anti-Trump news.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so were you joking, Governor, or was this a real idea?
Well, I think it's a logical idea. I said it a bit tongue-in-cheek. And in fact, I've already got our name if you'd like to hear it.
Go ahead.
We could become Minitoba.
Well, as a girl from Manitoba, I think that's a good name.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Manitoba's right above us, and we're Minnesota, so naturally we could be Minitoba and be the extension of a lower Manitoba or another Manitoba state, whatever. No, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's also dead serious.
Yeah.
We're being attacked.
So what is it, man? This is cowardice. This guy portrays this big tough guy, this big deep voice. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Is it tongue-in-cheek or are you serious? You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Take the position.
Another Manitoba state, whatever. No, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's also dead serious.
That sentence makes no sense whatsoever. And I'll get to this here quick. Minnesota would not like to be associated economically with Manitoba. Are you kidding me? This is a chart comparing U.S. states to Canadian provinces. Minnesota is around 15th, happens to be doing better even than Canada's richest province, GDP per capita wise, of Alberta. It's pretty close to Alberta, just doing a little bit better. Look at Manitoba. It's right near the bottom. Manitoba is only doing better, according to this, than Mississippi, and only by a little bit. Every other American state is doing better than Manitoba. So give me a break with this. Like, it's all such a dumb virtue signal. Obviously, people in Minnesota are doing much better and have way more money on average than people in Manitoba. We'll get back to the interview, but it's incredible how many people don't seem to ever factor that in when they're virtue signaling.
We're being attacked right now by our own president. And I'm going to tell you this. I call his people the Gestapo, and I'm not going to back away from it because here's why I think I'm entitled to do that. Not only
I'm a coward.
am I a veteran, but my mother and father both fought against the Nazis in Germany. They're buried at Fort Snelling National Cemetery. How many people can say their mom was in North Africa against Rommel?
Now, who cares, bro? What does this have to do with the interview? What does this have to do with your crazy theory that you say is a joke, but also deadly serious, about Minnesota joining Canada? You're just going to go into your family history? What is this? Like, this sounds like therapy, bro.
Not too many. And my father had 6 bronze battle stars in Europe. So I think if my parents were alive today, in their home of Minneapolis, they would describe these tactics as the Gestapo.
And you yourself are a Vietnam vet. I'm wondering that, you mentioned in that podcast starting a petition. Is that something you are going to do? As you said, it was a little tongue-in-cheek, but you also have you have serious concerns. So are you going to take some action in this regard?
So what's the point of this interview then? This is on CBC. This interview sounds like it should be on some drama podcast or something.
Well, I have serious concerns because it can't go on like this. Now, I don't know how you'd leave the United States. I haven't studied what it would take and whether Canada would accept us. I don't know all that. So it was a bit tongue in cheek. It's trying to make the point.
Yeah.
It's trying to make the point. Minnesota would probably be better off being Canadians today. One good thing, we'd get some health care.
Have you
Have you been to the doctor lately in Canada? Things are not going great with our free health care.
To Governor Walz?
It's good once you get in, for the most part, but the getting in is the bad part.
Obviously, you're the former governor. I don't know if he ever reaches out. And even if you haven't, what would be your advice for him right now, given what he's dealing with?
My advice to him, Tim Walz has had it tough.
Yeah.
During both his terms, he had
So I think that's basically the more entertaining part of the interview, so I'll cut the video off here. But Tim Walz, that's another beauty. One of the worst politicians in America, if not the worst. But yeah, I'll finish the video there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. By the way, I'll finish with one more thought. Why would CBC even have this guy on to have this interview? Is this their way to kind of troll Trump back for all the 51st state stuff? I don't understand why this interview was even conducted, what the purpose of it is. Like, potentially this would make Trump upset. I mean, I don't think Trump will actually care that much, but what's the point of this entire interview?